What's happening? Dustin here with Life in a Mustang, and today I'm bringing you another episode where I work on the old Stang. And last video I did was actually a week ago. I missed the last upload, but in this video I'm going to go over that rear seat delete I did. There on top of the car you can see where one of the pieces are that I'm laid out, because I still got to install my amp and my 10 farad capacitor that was mounted on the back of the seat. You could fold it down, access it. It was actually a very clean install, but now that there's a rear seat delete, and as you can see, this panel is very thin. This panel is, you don't want to bolt to that. So I'm going to go ahead and mount that amp 10 farad capacitor straight to that speaker box. Try to keep the wiring where I don't have to undo it and make it clean. Go over a few things, so stay tuned, man. All right, now as you can see right there, there's my amp. This is a Lancer OptiDrive. It is a 1000 watt amp or 500 watt amp, whatever you want to call it. And that is a Tsunami 10 farad capacitor. You can see my wiring. Yeah, I know I used all red. That's what I had. My wiring goes down. And yes, those RCA cables are next to the power wire. Remote wire runs down. That's it. That was mounted to the back of my seat. There's my other panel right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screw it straight onto that and make it look good. All right, let's get started. Now, I should be using power tools for this. Whoa. Damn, I ripped my remote wire out. And just set that up there. I'm gonna go ahead and put in this 10 farad cap first. Be sure not to touch both sides at once. It will fucking lay your ass out. This thing's probably discharged. The car battery is dead. All right, there you have it. Those wires come down through there. Goes to the 10 farad cap to ground. That's a ground block. And then into the amp. If you're wondering, Lancer OptiDrive amp, RCA is in there. Yes, I built the speaker box. Now, yes, the wiring could have been clean, but I did not want to undo all the wiring that was already there. And if you guys were wondering about my whole car audio skills, I am MECP certified. That means that I'm better at car audio than you are. To be blunt, that's all that means. Look it up, MECP certified. Anyways, I went to Installer Institute when I was younger, and I learned how to do custom fiberglass door panels, you know, stereos, car alarms. I went to school for that. It was very expensive, and it's a lot harder of a test than you would think it is. Anyways, yes, it could have been better. Yes, I took some shortcuts, like my RCAs are ran on the same side as the power. You can get a whining sound, but as long as you have a really good ground and good cables, that will not happen. Everything I run is Tsunami wiring, Tsunami, everything, because we live down here and by Daytona. I don't live in Daytona, I live near it. And there's this thing called Metro. They make all your dash insulation kits, wiring harnesses. And anytime you go to Best Buy, look, it was a Metro dash insulation kit. We live there, and the school I went to was like sponsored by them. And I've had a bunch of this wire stuff, you know, extra wires and stuff for a long time. One day I have some custom door panels out in the barn. I made them look like kind of like a shooting star where the speakers and the armrest goes in. I put my initials with flames around it, and then I wrapped it with leather. That was like a test that we had to do. It's out in the barn. I'm not gonna walk out there. I mean, that's almost a mile that way. But anyways, the stereo's in. The battery needs charged, and yeah, it's a lot better. Let's go ahead and put this rear seat delete back in and see how it turned out. Bolted this down. Oh, I still need to do my ground, but there you go. there you have it. I still need to put some bolts here and there and bolt them through. You ever hear that song? I got gator boots and a Gucci suit. But then later on in the song, he goes like, I got 415s, can't see no wires. And then I heard boom from the amplifiers. That was my song back in the day because I was a stereo junkie. And I guess it still can be. Anyways, the car looks really clean. As you can see, there is no wiring. And whenever I charge my battery and actually start this car again, I'll have a stereo. Anyways, that's just one step to many steps on the way to a streetable race car with a stereo, right? And air conditioning. So, like I said, this is life in a Mustang. Thanks for watching. Just a little update, little how-to. You can see, you know, bits and pieces of other people's cars and how they do things. And yeah, if you have any stereo questions, don't be afraid to ask me. I'm pretty knowledgeable about that. And you know, my theory is the wiring's got to look factory. As you can see, all my wiring was zip tied and ran, and it's all nice and tight. Anytime I do anything, it's always that way. Make sure you always do it that way, because nobody needs sloppy wiring. If you were to pull the body panels in my car, there would be no sloppy wiring. If you were to pull my tape deck, or not tape deck, sorry, not in the 90s. If you were to pull my CD deck, I'm not going to do it right now. I didn't just cut the wires and twist them together. They're actually soldered and heat shrink, and for the wiring harness adapter to the aftermarket radio adapter is tight. It looks like one wire with heat shrink and solder in the middle, and there's no, you know, lumpy wires. The wires are cut exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just take pride in what you do, especially car electronics, because it just makes the car that much cleaner, and when you go to work on it, you can actually trace those wires down. So take that for a lesson. Peace.